What's up guys and welcome to FPL Today. I'm the man in the know, JNO, and welcome to my team for Game Week 37, Points and Performance, where I look at how my team did in Game Week 36 and try and evaluate the team and the underlying stats and start making my decisions towards Game Week 37. And with it being near the end of the season, this is the time where potentially we can take a few risks and try and boost our rank just that little bit more. But before we get into the video, make sure to leave how you did in the comments down below and your star players and your transfer thoughts for Game Week 37, and let's have a debate in the comments down below. So we actually had quite a good game week. Wasn't as good as some people had. I've seen a lot of people get into the 100 club again after double Game Week 35, also getting it in Game Week 36. I actually got 92 points, which isn't too bad. Considering the average was 69 for the game week, it was a very high scoring game week, and a lot of that was of course to do with the Liverpool game, but there were some other players that also came through rather big for their FPL managers. It ended up giving me a game week rank of 772,319th, putting my overall points up to 2,263, and my overall rank is 13,136, which hopefully means I'm in contention for that top 10k finish. Now, potentially we could have been in the 100 club if we'd picked the right Liverpool players for this game week, but we have to remember this is a season-long game, and I picked these players for a reason. It meant my wildcard team and my bench boost team were slightly stronger in theory, and we had Alexander-Arnold and Sadio Mane from that game against Huddersfield, which saw Liverpool absolutely destroy Huddersfield, and that got us 36 points in total. Mane was my captain. The surprising thing is that saw me drop in rank massively because a lot of people had Salah, a lot of people had Robertson, and they both came in with bigger hauls than Mane and Alexander-Arnold. The rest of the game week was spent clawing that deficit back, but Diogo Jota, Raul Jimenez, Laporte and Jamie Vardy all helped me claw my way back up to that 13,000 ranking, seeing an actual rise overall from about 15,000. Lloris also got enough save points to get 4 points, despite conceding against West Ham. And the big disappointments were probably Heung-min Son and Raheem Sterling, who both didn't actually perform that well, getting any FPL returns. Valerie also got an assist, which was helpful. And Deulofeu came in for Firmino, who, of course, a lot of you will know Firmino was fine until he got an injury after Klopp's press conference and didn't appear in that drubbing of Huddersfield. And who knows how many points he could have potentially got if he'd been on the pitch in that one. But overall, we can't complain, and now let's dive in a bit deeper into the underlying statistics to see which players had a good game week. So we start off with the goalkeepers and defenders, and we start off with our goalkeeper of Hugo Lloris, who got 4 points, getting 6 saves in the game against West Ham. However, no clean sheet, and the whole point of bringing Lloris in was the hope that they should be able to get clean sheets, especially at their new stadium. Fortunately, Lloris didn't perform that task, with Tottenham not looking the greatest against West Ham, especially in that second half, and Son being a bit of a worry for me in that game, but we'll move on to Son in a second. However, all the rest of my defenders did return points. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, getting an assist and a clean sheet, getting him 10 points overall for 87 minutes played. No penalty area touches and no attempts on goal, but he did create 2 chances, one of which was a big chance, and he had an expected goal involvement of 0.35. Valerie also coming in with assists, but no clean sheet points in that game against Bournemouth. 3 penalty area touches with 1 chance created. He was mainly brought in for the double game weeks, but I'm happy to take the points where I can get them, and he was the right defender to pick out of him, Dunk and Kiko Firmino. And then we have Laporte at 6.2 million, 9 points, another clean sheet for Manchester City, so I'm happy that I brought in a Manchester City defender. I thought they should be able to keep plenty of clean sheets. Only 1 penalty area touch with 1 attempt at goal, which was from inside the box and on target. If that had gone in, it would have been an amazing performance from Laporte, who does seem to turn up big for me when I really need him to. So overall, I can be very happy with my defence moving forward, and probably don't have to worry about spending any more money there. The only issue potentially is not having Andrew Robertson. We then move on to the midfield, and it was a 5-man midfield because of Roberto Firmino's injury, and we'll start off with our captain at 10.1 million, Sadio Mane. Now, in most game weeks, 13 points from your captain will be pretty good, but a lot of people play the triple captainship, and a lot of people had Salah as their captain or played the triple captain on Salah or Mane, which means I actually had a good return from my captain, but saw my rank drop with only 1 game played in the game week. However, 90 minutes played, 2 goals from 6 penalty area touches, 4 attempts on goal, all from inside the box, 2 of them on target, 3 big chances, with 2 chances created as well, and expected goal involvement of 1.04. It was a very good performance from Mane, and he had another header where he hit the post. If that had gone in, potentially would have been looking at him getting the 3 bonus points instead of Mohamed Salah, and it could have been a little bit different, but we can't really complain. As for the rest of my midfield, I wasn't actually expecting Deulofeu to play or do much in the game because it was at home, and for some reason Deulofeu seems to play better away. That is why I benched him. It turned out to be the right choice, but he came in anyway. He did have 6 penalty area touches with 2 attempts on goal, both from inside the box but none on target, with 2 chances created as well. I would actually say he had a big chance, having watched Match of the Day, where he could have either laid it off for someone else to score or gone around the keeper and scored. So a bit disappointed that he didn't return. But Deulofeu, of course, is a hero from my double game week, so I'm not going to complain about him. And Diogo Jota, 6.2 million, he's been a hero as well. 12 points, which is actually more than he managed to get in the double game week. From 90 minutes played, 1 goal and 1 assist with all 3 bonus points. 7 penalty area touches, 4 attempts on goal, 4 from inside the box with 1 shot on target and 1 big chance, with 1 chance created, which was also a big chance, and expected goal involvement of 1.10. Diogo Jota and Raul Jimenez look like a great partnership at the moment, and Wolves seem to be best when they can counter. And with Liverpool in the last game, potentially that is a big scoring game because they do like playing the big sides as well. So Diogo Jota probably isn't going anywhere in the foreseeable future. Then we had Raheem Sterling and Son, the other big hitters in midfield, and neither of them returned any points, unfortunately. However, underlying stats don't look too awful for them both. But having watched the games, the eye test, I'm not too keen on Sterling and Son. Sterling will have a bit more of a grace period because of how in form he was recently. But Son's been out of form seemingly for a while now, and despite his underlying stats looking promising, I may transfer him out going into Game Week 37. Now, Sterling had 5 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, no shots on target or big chances, and 4 chances created, but none of them big chances, with expected goal involvement of 0.35. And then Son with 9 penalty area touches, 5 attempts on goal, 3 from inside the box, 2 on target with 1 big chance. Still didn't get me any returns, with also 1 chance created, which was also a big chance. Very disappointing to not get points from Son there. Expected goal involvement of 0.55. It looks like Son may go out of my side. Potentially, though, a lot of people are dropping Spurs assets now, so a strategy could be to keep them and hope they punish those that sell them. So we now move on to the forwards, and this was going to be a 3-man lineup, but however, we only had Raul Jimenez and Jamie Vardy, but they collectively got me 20 points in total. Jamie Vardy at 9 million has been on great form recently and turned up with 2 goals, also 3 bonus points for the 90 minutes played, 11 penalty area touches, 7 attempts on goal, all from inside the box with 3 on target, 4 big chances, 3 chances created with 1 big chance, and expected goal involvement of 1.88. Jamie Vardy is giving me a headache because with a player in that kind of form, do I want to transfer him out despite the fact that his last 2 fixtures are actually quite difficult? Manchester City is the next fixture. However, Manchester City could potentially give Vardy the kind of opportunities that he likes, and he does like to play against the big sides and turn up with a goal. So could Jamie Vardy be worth keeping? With Firmino's injury, I may be forced into keeping Vardy, so we'll see how that goes. But Jamie Vardy has definitely played his way into potentially staying on my side all season. And then we have Raul Jimenez, who didn't turn up in the double game week, but reminded us all that he can regularly score goals with a goal and 1 bonus point in the game against Watford. 7 points overall for 86 minutes played, 6 penalty area touches, 3 attempts on goal. All of those from inside the box with 1 on target, 2 big chances and no chances created with expected goal involvement of 1.45. Raul Jimenez, along with the likes of Callum Wilson, have shown that if you're patient, these players will return you points. And now we look at my team going into Game Week 37. And as you can see, the Watford boys have been put on the bench because of their game against Chelsea, and it is away. Now, potentially they could do something against Chelsea. Chelsea haven't actually looked that impressive recently, but the starting lineup so far is Lloris in goal against Bournemouth away. Son also having Bournemouth away in that one. We've got Valerie against West Ham away. We've got the Liverpool boys of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mane and Firmino with Newcastle away. Laporte and Sterling have Leicester at home, with Jota having Fulham at home with Jimenez, and then Vardy having Man City away. On the bench, we have Foster against Chelsea away. We have Firmino and Deulofeu also with Chelsea away. And then we got Dunk with Arsenal away. Now, potentially Deulofeu could come in because he does like playing away from home, seemingly better than he does at home, and it is against Chelsea. He could be a big differential. But it does depend on what transfer I do make with this side. Now, if Firmino needs to go, then potentially I want to bring in Mohamed Salah. To do that, Firmino would have to be downgraded to someone significantly cheaper, potentially a Shane Long, who has looked in decent form but isn't necessarily 100% nailed on because he has been subbed off quite frequently and been subbed on quite frequently in the last 6 games he's played in. Another player I'm considering is Callum Wilson, but that would be if I'm then considering Vardy to Aguero. So the decision to make here really is I can't bring in Salah and Aguero, so it has to be one or the other. Going off of form, Salah definitely looks the more informed player right now. However, Liverpool still have the Champions League to play for. We'll see how they do in that over the week. So if I was just going to go off form, Salah would probably come in. However, only having 2 Man City players seems a bit of a risk. Then again, I have none of the other teams who are vying for the 2 Champions League spots. To be honest, they seem to be all trying to lose those spots. So we will go away and think about this, and we will of course discuss this more in the transfer thoughts video. If you have any thoughts on my side, do feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in as always. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also hit that notification bell so you're told when my videos go live. Check out the links in the description down below if you want to support the channel in any way. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.